Counterfighting is a true skill. Let's find out how to develop the skill.
Welcome to Action Hound Media, the site and channel all about action. Life's boring. Get some more action into your life. So today we are talking about boxing counters. So the purpose of boxing counters is to turn defense into offense, to make your opponent's mistake your advantage. Rather than just blocking or evading, counters let you hurt your opponent while they're vulnerable, usually right after they throw a punch and expose themselves. What are the main purposes of boxing counters? Well, one is you want to capitalize on openings left when an opponent throws a punch or throws out a technique. You're actually inviting an offense to come in and attack you, and then you capitalize on their mistakes or when they leave an opening by providing a counter that in fact makes you the aggressor, right? Counter fighters usually do well against aggressive fighters. The other thing about countering is that you control the tempo. You force your opponent to hesitate or second guess their attack. So you're controlling the fight because they don't want to attack and you totally throw them out of their game. It also puts them on their back foot mentally and physically. The other great thing about countering is it creates psychological pressure. The constant countering makes your opponent very cautious. You become unpredictable and hard to read. Being able to counter is one of the greatest tools you can learn in boxing or any martial art because it prevents someone that wants to engage it throws them out of their gameplay and you are in control of the situation. The other thing about countering is it helps you conserve your energy, right? Instead of launching attacks all the time, you can wait for your moment, right? Because you're in control of the situation. You can attack when you feel like it and not constantly try different attacks because you know that you're in control and they're not going to attack because they know they're going to get countered. It's great to control the situation and then gives you moments to kind of relax. You don't have to be constantly attacking because you know he's not going to counter. When is countering most effective? As I've been saying, it really works well against aggressive opponents. It kind of lets them walk into a trap. If you have somebody that's very aggressive and you know how to counterfight, you're in control of the situation. It's also good when you notice patterns, right? If they're always jabbing for the right hand, you can kind of exploit that. Sometimes you'll have a guy that just throws a jab cross hook, right? Jab cross hook, jab cross hook. Well, then you block the jab cross hook and then you counter right immediately after the 3-punch combination. Once you see a pattern, you can capitalize on that with proper countering skills. In the later rounds, when opponents are tired and sloppy, counters become even more damaging. Countering is an essential strategy for you to be successful in fighting, right? Because if you fight somebody aggressive, you can be a counter fighter. If you are an aggressive fighter, well, and you could take advantage of a very defensive fighter, but then if you fight a counter fighter, you're gonna have to be able to counter the counter fighter, which makes it a little more difficult. But anyway, Action House Unite.